Hey guys, welcome back. And I realized that sometime in the last recording the OBS decided to mute everything. So if you didn't hear something, this is what's happening so far. I'm being sent on a mission to find a file, and I'm coming across a puzzle with following a petri dish, and I suck at math, but I found the answer. Okay. If it's half full, it means you double half, blah 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 blah. So it'll be 12:44. Right, if every bacterium divides in 2 per minute, then it doesn't matter what time the colony was started, all that matters is that 12:45 the dish was half full. Therefore at 12:44 the dish should be completely full. Ah! I was trying to do something very complicated when it wasn't very complicated. So that was a completely useless puzzle that basically just told me to go forward. I walked down the road, keep my eyes out for another slip of paper. And as expected, there was another note jammed conspicuously between the crevices of 2 buildings. My question is, why did Shiguri go through all this trouble in order to get these notes in the first place? She'd have to come here, which utterly defeats the purpose of sending me. Well, whatever. Looks like there's another puzzle to solve. Congratulations, Ishiyama. You're not a 5th grader. I am, apparently, because I suck. This is the third penultimate set of instructions. How can you throw a ball as hard as you can, not bounce it off anything, and still have it returned to you? The answer in the direction must proceed. Solve the puzzle. There's no going around it. I'll just have to solve another puzzle. What do I need to change in order to have the ball come back to me without bouncing off anything? Atmosphere. It might be safe to assume that I can't change anything since it doesn't explicitly state so. Direction. Right, I can't bounce off anything, and I can't change directions, which means I have to change circumstances. Which is which direction? Up. Alright, gravity still is in effect. I just have to throw the ball upward in order to have it returned to me. The answer is up, and the note says I have to go in that direction to reach the file. And locate a rickety 2-story building next to the canal. Guess that's where I'm supposed to go. I trudge up the stairs, enveloped in darkness. My only comfort is the light that comes from my phone. I'm gonna see if the OBS is still working properly. Yep, okay, good. And eventually I come into a creepy storage room that's filled with all sorts of ominous shapes. I trip backwards as a dark shape bolts across the floor, but it's just a rat scurrying by. Shiguri is doing this on purpose, isn't she? I swivel around the obstacles, keeping my eyes peeled for another telling corner of light. Suddenly, a silhouette wavers in front of my face. A spider. Of all things, spiders! What if it poisons me? Stinks its rabid teeth into my jugular vein, stabs its awful spindly blade straight through my heart, grows to the size of... Okay, now I'm just being stupid, right? Yeah. Then it teasingly waves its ominous, spindly little legs nearby, catching me on the nose. I instinctively stagger backwards, flailing my hands before my face. My back slams into a hard, stony shape. I whip around, examining fearfully. It's just a statue of a horse, plastered with a note. Finally! Hands still shaking, I seize the note and peruse its contents. The sooner I get out of here, the better. Congratulations, Ishiyama. You're not a middle schooler. This is the final set of instructions. A rich man tells his 2 sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horses is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for 4 days, the brothers ask a wise man for guidance. Upon receiving the advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can get. What did the wise man say to them? I'm almost done? I actually feel somewhat disappointed, despite my complaining and the spiders. I've actually enjoyed these challenges, yeah. At any rate, I guess I better solve the puzzle and find these files. What could a wise man have said? Ah, shit! 2-word answer. He died. No, that doesn't make quite... Nah, damn it. Fuck. I'm going to say as fast as I can. Okay. Guidance. Upon receiving the advice to jump on their horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What does the wise man say to them? Two-word answer. No. No. Has to be a place. Okay. The answer will show you where the file is located. Fuck. I'm not cheating. I don't know. I suck. What would the wise man say to make these two guys race to a city when they were supposed to go slow? Fucking hell. What would he say? Fuck, what would he say? What would he say? What would he say? What would he say? Wait, what? Switch horses? That doesn't make sense. But okay, I may have looked up the answers. Switch horses if I do go fast. Because it's not their horses that matter, not who's riding them. Right, if they switch horses, they would have to race in order to win. So the answer is to change horses? There must be another horse around here. I glanced around for another equine statue, flinching away from the multitudes of cobwebs spun around the corners. Thankfully, I spot one just a few feet away. Sure enough, there is a simple cream envelope slit beneath the base. Could it actually be the file? Congratulations, Ishiyama. You may be slightly more capable than your worthless peers. There is no file. This was simply a test, and you passed. You may congratulate yourself, although frankly, it was such an easy test that there really is nothing worth congratulating. Take a picture of this note and send it to me as proof of your passable competence. Is she serious? Everything was fabricated? I almost can't believe it, but at the third note, I guess a small part of me was expecting this turn of events. Still, she did plan all these notes on her own? What was that? Was that why the investigation was supposed to take place at night? So that she can have time to repair everything? It's almost inconceivable, but it seems like the most likely option, and, in all honesty, it's hardly beyond what I could imagine Shigure to do. Sighing, I pocket the note and carefully pick my way down the stairs in the street, and steering clear of any corners or dark edges the best I can. Once I'm under the light, I can breathe a little easier. I take a quick snapshot of the footnote and send it to Shigure without comment. She doesn't respond immediately, which probably means she received it. With that, I stick to the shadows as I return to my apartment. It's time to get some rest. The evening welcomes me with frosted arms as I stride to my beloved glade, my lovely burden slung over my shoulders. Oh, we're back to the killer. Am I the killer? The sky is clear tonight, bitter, vacant, a spiraling abyss in a sea of strangled light. I take a moment to admire it, as the familiar vegetation is crushed beneath my soles. Nothing constrains me. No incompetent bureaucracies. No iron gates. No suffocating schedules. Not at this hour. Not at my hour. I dumped my burden upon the ground, watching as she lolls away, still in the haze of beauty sleep. Innocent, peaceful, dreadful. I ready my knife, taking my earnest vigil at his side. When the princess awakens, her guardian will be eagerly awaiting. Erg. Oh, well, that was terribly quick. I stoop next to my burden as she jerks upright, eyes rolling in panic. Good morning, sweetie. Where am I? Her voice trails into indistinguishable croaks as her wide, pale eyes fix on me. I spare a chuckle. What, expecting someone else? How did I get here? How else? I settle for a moment, allowing her to take in her surroundings, allowing her to see how dire her situation is. What fun is it without a tinge of panic? Please don't hurt me. Please. What makes you think I would hurt you? So you'll let me leave? I casually lift my serrated weapon, allowing it to catch in the moonlight, at just the right angle. Now why would I do that? I advance toward her, slowly. She ekes away, pulling her weight by her hands, but she's too tremulous to even attempt to run. A little dull, but vermin are vermin. Please, I have a mom, a dad, a boyfriend. I want to study, I want to grow up. Usually it's cute when they beg, but this girl is bothering me. Well, I want to have a little carving practice, so what shall we do? Carving practice? Imbecile. My fingers twitch with impatience. Yes, carving practice, and I best get started. I savor my moments with her, leisurely, meticulously. She tried to waste my time. I ought to return the favor. I finish all too quickly. The screams die in my ears as fading echoes into stilted crimson plummets from the edge of my blade. The beautiful mess scattered across the ground is a sight for sore eyes. I take a moment to savor it, my canvas, my masterpiece, the heart of my soul and soul of my heart. If only it could have lasted a little while longer. Finished. A shadow slips from behind the trees, plodding unceremoniously on top of my finished work. Watch your steps. You're desecrating my chef d'oeuvre. The figure only stands in silence, waiting for my reply. I attempt a different line of questioning. Where are the others? Elsewhere. So I gathered. Are they coming? No. So who shall pick up my toys? I gestured to the artwork beneath my figure's feet. It doesn't budge. Me. You? Yes. By yourself? Yes. Call for the others? No. Why not? Leave if you are finished. It is certainly a one-sided balance of power. I can do nothing but acquiesce. I'm finished. I step away, but as the figure approaches my canvas, I swoosh in, slaying my knife against its neck. Don't be so proud of yourself. The moment you are no use to me, I shall have my way with you. It only stares unblinkingly at me, unfazed. Not finished? Equal parts disgusted and perturbed, I withdraw my weapon. I finished. Finished with you, too. I turned to the brighter horizon, striding away without a backward glance. Whoa! What's going on here, man? When I arrive at school, still blurry-eyed from my nighttime excursions, I'm greeted with an unusual sight. A group of students, primarily female, are huddled around the post. As I edged closer, I managed to listen in. Your fault. She was wrong about you, and now she's gone. What did you do with her, you freak? Where is she? Tell me where she is, please. Answer him. How could you do this to us? Suddenly, Ruby blazes right by me into the center of the group, which bounces backward in shock. I'm barely able to catch a glimpse of her face through the massive heads. What are you guys doing? Out of the way, Ruby. This has nothing to do with you. No, I'm tired of this. You've been picking on her since school started, and you don't even have a good reason. Good reason? Talk to Soji. He's our good reason. The group shuffles apart, granting me some space. I finally managed to see the cause of the problem. A slight figure crouched against the gate with an empty look in. Wait, isn't that the same girl that I met yesterday? Well, Soji? She's been missing for 2 days. No one could find her. Didn't go home, doesn't answer calls or texts. It's like she just disappeared. Disappeared just like the rumors say. You guys do remember who started the rumors, right? Look, Ruby, this would make the 3rd disappearance. Haven't you been watching the news? Yeah, this is the 3rd time that an academy student vanished off the face of the planet. And coincidentally, right after talking with Eri. Technically, Midori disappeared before school started. Yeah, just like 2 days before. Why are you so stubborn? Ari's guilty. Why are you so stubborn? Maybe she's not. You clearly don't understand how people work. No wonder you don't have any friends. Ruby's face closes and hurt, and a raw, fiery pang of rage courses through my body. I storm to her side, uncertain, shoving away anyone in my path. Yama? Oh, you. Who's this? Your boyfriend? My anger briefly turns to panic if I shove it away. You are all disgusting, picking on someone just because she's not like you. Hey, you don't even know the context. Butt out. Oh, let me guess. You know everything. You know for certain that Akio, Eri, has anything to do with these disappearances. Twice is a coincidence. Thrice is a pattern. A pattern for narrow-sighted people who won't take into any other factors. Are you stupid? There aren't any other patterns. The police said so themselves. Oh, and they told you this directly. It was on the news, moron. And it's not like the news has ever twisted the facts or told us anything but the honest truth. You wouldn't be acting so high and mighty if you knew how important Akine is. You wouldn't be acting so prejudiced if you had a brain. Words are spilling out of my mouth before I even consciously think of them. My whole body thrums with cold frozen hatred. weird freak don't want to play with you. I'm not letting anyone else go through that. Not Rui, not Airi. You think we're being rude, Airi? You're being rude to Soji. Yeah, she was the love of Soji's life. Because everyone knows that high school relationships last forever, he'll probably be over her in a week or two. A deadly silence descends on the group. Rui pinches my sleeve, her expression unusually troubled. That went a bit too far, Yama. I only clench my jaw and lock eyes with the boy called Soji. His face blinks from panic to nothingness in less than a second. A chilled silence falls upon the entrance. You... He staggers forward, raising a tremulous hand. You bastard. His fingers pulled into a fist. Before I can blink, his hand soaring right at me. A shadow blurs in front of me, swiping at Soji's arm. Soji trembles to the ground as if thrown by an unknown force. The moment is held by a pause, broken only by frantic whisperings of the gathering crowd around us. Soji jerkily pushes himself to his feet, his footing loose from fury. Ari idly steps in front of me, arms hanging limply at her side. Her expression is passive, with something about to give Soji pause. Hey, what's going on over here? Mr. Ryota pauses, pushes the throng of students apart. Books hiked under one arm. All the students start to babble at once. Mr. Ryota, Akane has been absent for 2 days. Can't contact her. This guy provoked Soji into a fight. Mr. Ryota waves his hand for silence, an unusually stern expression on his face. Soji, are you hurt? No, sir. Good. Rui? Yes, Mr. Ryota? Meet me during lunch, you too, Norika. Yes, Mr. Ryota. Both of you will give me your account of what just happened. I'll make a judgment after I've heard both stories. Understood? Sullen silence meets his inquiry. He only sighs. Accusations are for children. You guys know that, right? If you are going to claim something, use evidence. If you're going to fight, make sure you have the right reason. Dismissed. He waves his hands to scatter us off to class. Good point. Alright, I'm going to save. Cause I already fucked up once. Save. Alright. I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.